So here we are at Magnus Theatre for the Giants Showcase, sharing information on aging well at home. I'm with Arlene Etchen, who is a knowledge transfer consultant with the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation. And thanks for coming to Thunder Bay, Arlene. We're really excited about the day. I have a couple of questions for you, and my first question is, what is aging in place? What does that mean?
Aging in place is about living independently. We always used to think of aging in place as just being in the home that you lived in for most of your life, but it's actually broader than that. Aging in place can mean aging in your home that you have lived in, or in another home, a smaller home, a condo, an apartment. It's really any alternative to long-term care.
So today you're going to be talking about strategies to improve your longevity in your home, to really get the most out of your home for aging comfortably and independently into the future. So what would be the first step? What's the first step in deciding what changes to make? If I want to look at my home and consider how I can plan for the future, what's the first step?
The first step is really to educate yourself. We have a publication called Maintaining Seniors' Independence, and it's basically a checklist that you can use to walk through your house to see where there are areas that you could maybe fix up. And they offer suggestions based on those areas, and it could either be a renovation or just a small tweak to your house, but that's really a good baseline for starting to think about aging in place.
So these resources are available, and a good checklist to get that started.
Yes, they're all available on our website at cmhc.ca, and we actually have a web portal called Aging in Place, where all of this aging in place information is available.
Fantastic. Can you give me a couple of examples of options that one could consider for their home that we might not have thought of?
Funny you mention that, because we have a publication called Low-Cost, No-Cost Home Modifications. This is sort of like your entry-level home modifications that really don't need a whole lot of intervention. And a couple of the things that really struck me were just basic things like clear away the clutter from your house. Make sure that you don't have trip hazards like cords or rugs that aren't secured to the floor. A couple of neat things that came out are something called swing out hinges, or they're also called swing clear hinges. They're about $12 each, and you can put them on your door, and they allow the door to swing out wider than normal. So if someone has a walker or a mobility aid, they're able to walk through this.
And every home has doors and entranceways and floors, so these are probably really good, really life hacks for getting more out of your home.
That's a great way to put it. I think I'm changing the title of our presentation.
So if I'm looking at my home and I'm considering some of these changes, and I think some of it might require some help, maybe with a renovator or a contractor, how do I find a reliable contractor?
We always say the best way is word of mouth. You know, if people have lived experience with a contractor, that's great, and that's your best way to find them. But we also have a publication called Hiring a Contractor, and it takes you through 5 steps of what to think about. So one is compiling a list of contractors. Maybe your friends can recommend who they've worked with. The second is interviewing them. Spend some time, make sure that they have the same sort of mindset as you do. Check the references, ask for references. Ask them to put some estimates together so you can compare. And then finally, once you decide on one, put together a contract, get it in writing.
Fantastic. Now, what if I'm the renovator? Is there anything I should know about providing this service?
Absolutely. And again, we have a publication for that. It's contractor tips for working with seniors, because seniors have different levels of ability, like all of us, and it's an opportunity to look through this and see what you could do that maybe would help the process along. Maybe it's writing a reminder card for an appointment that someone could put on their fridge. Very simple tips, though.
Wonderful. So fast forward 20 years or 25 years from now, 1 in 4 Canadians is going to be in the age category of 65 plus. What's your vision for older adults living at home 20 years from now?
Oh, I think it's going to be a good vision. What we're seeing out in the marketplace is that a lot of people are starting to come around to the fact that, you know, we want to age in place. We don't want to have to go to a senior's home. So people themselves are demanding some changes, and that's moving the building industry. This week, in fact, a major builder announced that they're going to be developing accessible suites, and they're working with accessibility experts to do it. and that's hopefully going to be the start of driving the market. But I think you'll see a lot of those changes in the future.
Wonderful, and I think a lot of people are going to want to learn a little bit more about this topic. And I think a takeaway for me anyway is that it's completely within reach, but it's about planning ahead, right? So do you want to remind us again of just that portal that you were talking about, where we can go and get more information?
Absolutely. On our website at cmhc.ca, and it's the Aging in Place portal. And we have the information there. We're also going to try to make it available through the Thunder Bay Library.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Arlene. I hope you have a wonderful day here.
Thank you.
Bye for now.